monster, scary monster.
Monster, how should I feel? Creatures lie here, looking through the window. Monster, how should I feel? Creatures lie here, looking through the window. Monster, how should I feel? Creatures lie.
Welcome back to the Creepy Files. In this video, we're going to get into the purported sounds from hell. The story goes that sometime in 1989, Russian scientists in Siberia drilled a borehole some 14.5 kilometers deep into the Earth's crust. The drill suddenly began to spin wildly, so the scientists assumed they had broken into some sort of cavity. When they pulled up their drill bit, there wasn't much left. It was mostly melted, with only a small bit of the drill bit left. The scientists, knowing it must be very hot, then lowered down some equipment measuring the temperature to be about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But the real shocker was the sounds that were recorded. They only got about 25 to 30 seconds of audio before the microphone melted, but it was about 25 to 30 seconds of the screams of the damned. At first they thought it was just their equipment, but after further adjustments they still heard the screams. Convinced that they had heard the sounds of hell, many of the scientists quit the job site immediately. Something that should be noted here is that none of these scientists were religious men prior to hearing these sounds, but those who stayed on site turned that way very quickly. Now fast forward to 2002 on the Coast to Coast AM radio show with Art Bell, and here is where the recording was first made public. I'm going to play the short segment from Coast to Coast AM and then the audio from that day. These are real recordings and viewer discretion is advised. Is this the real recordings from hell? I'm gonna let you all be the judge. Thanks for tuning in to the Creepy Files. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to let us know what we should do a video on next. So here it is, Art Bell on Coast to Coast AM circa 2002 and the sounds of hell.
Now I've got a clean copy of it now, and I warn you, this could scare you. Here's the email. Dear Art Bell, I just recently began listening to your radio show and could not believe it when you talked about the sounds from hell tonight. My uncle had told me this story a couple of years ago, and I didn't believe him. Like one of your listeners who discounted the story as nothing more than just a religious newspaper fabricated account. The story about the digging, the hearing of the sounds from hell is very real. It did occur in Siberia. My uncle collected video and so forth on the paranormal, supernatural. He passed away fairly recently, but he would have loved your show. He let me listen to one of the audio tapes that he had on the sounds from hell in Siberia, and I copied it. He received his copy from a friend who worked at the BBC. It took me a while to find it tonight, but attached is that sound from my uncle's tapes. It's not the greatest quality, but the sounds are there. I was very hesitant to send you this, as the sound bothers me to listen to. I'd suggest that if you do play it on the program, warn listeners in advance so they may have the option of turning the radio off for 30 seconds while it plays. It has always haunted me. To those who discounted the Siberia sounds from hell story, it is true, and I, for one, wish it wasn't. Rick, listening from Chicago. And so I submit now the cleaned, a better copy to you, and I warn you, what you are about to hear is very disturbing indeed.